Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. Andrew Carnegie once said, "Any idea that's held in the mind, that is either feared or revered, and you become emotionally involved with, will immediately begin to clothe itself in the most convenient way possible. The ideas, the people, everything you need will come into your life and help you make your dreams a reality." Today I'd like to tell you a story about some friends of mine, Trace and Sabrina, and how they worked together to build dreams for themselves. And they accomplished them because, as Henry Ford said, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're absolutely correct. Let's jump in. Now, Trace is an entrepreneur. He's been one his whole life. He's run a one-person freelancing consulting company with an income that fluctuates up and down every month. In March, income is high. In April, income is low. And while there's never a steady stream, he came from a family background of regular working-class people, so his results are considered quite normal, though he knew he could do much better. Now, Sabrina, Trace's wife, is earning just above minimum wage, working for an ad agency performing quality control of advertisements. Obviously not earning very much money, but she, like her husband, came from a very traditional family background, and they're primarily focused on simply making ends meet and surviving. Now, they're living in a small apartment in a California neighborhood that was going downhill. Regularly, they heard gunshots and sirens that could be heard just across the street, and it had become very clear to them it was time to move on, and do so as quickly as possible. Now, never having considered homeownership, let alone a dream home, one day, Trace was sitting in one of his community college classes when he discovered that one of his classmates worked for a mortgage company. Now, they got to talking, and lo and behold, his classmate convinced him that despite low and unreliable income, there was a first-time homebuyers financing program that they could look into, which would not only allow them to move to a safer neighborhood, but also own a home. Now, Trace began stepping into the idea and the vision of what it would feel like to be a homeowner. Very few people in his family had achieved this goal. In fact, at the time, none of his siblings or even his parents owned their own homes. Everyone was renting and struggling to make ends meet. So while it felt like a big stretch, it was very attractive and alluring. You see, as you can imagine, the idea felt very good. He imagined and visualized in his mind how proud he would be of owning his own home. It would be a nice neighborhood, he thought, with lots of space and a separate area for a home office. And having experienced near homelessness at one point a few years earlier, and sleeping for 6 months on a bare floor with nothing but a blanket and pillow, homeownership definitely was a brand new idea that excited him. Now, talking with his wife Sabrina, Trace tried to explain to her that it was, in fact, possible to enter the world of home ownership for them, despite all the convincing facts that they were not ideal candidates for such a thing, and the fact that the real estate market was at record highs in the state of California. Now, after a number of weeks, the two of them began to become more aligned. They both started to believe in this dream. In ever-increasing amounts, their desire increased as they looked at home listings online. Then one day, the desire became so great, they began scheduling appointments to look at homes. Most properties that they really liked seemed well beyond their budget, but they mustered up the courage to look and even looked at some of the more highly priced listings. Now then the day came. Trace found the perfect home during one of his internet searches, and from the photos, it did not look like a dream home, but he knew that they could turn it into one after some renovating, and it would be the home they could truly call their own. Buying it and then proceeding with a number of renovation projects, they could turn this home into the home that they dreamed about. They could redo the floors, the ceilings, the light fixtures, maybe add a new kitchen, and the dream home was becoming more and more clear in their minds, and the possibilities were exciting. So Sabrina and Trace drove out to the home to take a look at it. It was even better than Trace had imagined. Sabrina wasn't convinced because there was a lot of work that needed to be done, but she trusted Trace's vision for what was possible, and they made an offer just one day after it had been listed for sale on the market. Now, even the listing agent was surprised and tried to talk Trace out of making an offer so quickly, but he knew this home he was destined to be in. This was going to be their first home, and that they were going to turn it into their dream home. Now, within a matter of approximately 3 months, they had been able to qualify for financing, found the property to turn into their dream home, and made an offer and closed the deal. Now, before they even took possession of the home, they had already begun their remodeling projects in their mind, and in a short number of weeks, they were living in the home, completely remodeled and fitting the exact picture that they had held in their minds of what their first dream home should be like. It was exactly what they wanted, both in size and location. It had a large park-like front yard, a very homey feeling, and it was in a beautiful and safe neighborhood. It also had a perfect workspace for Trace to conduct business, which is from where he enjoyed his first annual income of over 6 figures. Now that was a dream come true in itself. Since then, Trace and Sabrina have manifested a total of 4 homes in California and 1 in Austria. They are currently in the process of manifesting their 5th home in California as I speak now. And their story is just more proof of Henry Ford's quote, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're exactly right." You see, once you put it into thought and get emotionally involved, and then you take action believing you can, I'm telling you, whatever it is that you're working towards will become a reality. If you can hold it here, you can hold it here. Believe that. You know what? I believe in you. This is just a motivational and inspirational story I wanted to share with you today about some friends of mine. I thought it would really get you going. I tell you what, it keeps you thinking. And when we're thinking, we're putting ourselves in the right position to achieve our goals, dreams, and desires. I care about you. I believe in you. And you know what? I'm going to be back tomorrow with some more great stuff. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, friends.